art world. This is Shilpa aka ARTYSHILS from www.artyshils.com, and I'm really excited in this video to bring towards you all the cheap crayons challenge. Now what cheap crayons challenge is, you only have to use cheap crayons that are available that we used to use in our little sketchbook as kids. You just have to use those crayons to color the entire drawing that you have and nothing else. You cannot use paint or anything else, just those crayons to color the entire drawing. So for this challenge, all we are going to need is a cheap sketchbook, a regular pencil, a rubber, a regular gel pen, and the star of the show, that is our crayons. And I would absolutely love for you as well to join me in this challenge, and which if you do, please don't forget to share with me what you came up with and how much fun you had on any of my social media sites, and all the links to my social media will be right there in the down bar. So without taking any more of your time, let's get started with what I come up with for this challenge. So before starting this challenge, I was actually very excited about this because it's been so long since I have used crayons actually to color an entire thing. I think the last time I used crayons to color the entire thing was when I was in school, and not after that. I have used crayons a bit here and there in my mixed media works, but not proper, like, you know, to cover the entire drawing through the crayons only. So I was very excited, and it's been a few years since I've used crayons in my mixed media works as well. So, you know, I was really excited about how it's going to turn out, and you know, how am I going to do, like, how am I going to cope with crayons, because I love paints so much and I work with acrylic paints so much that layering and the how acrylic reacts and everything is part of my fingers and my brains, and I just work that way only. So, you know, it was a really fun challenge and a way to discover a new medium, to, you know, try a new medium in my life. So it was really exciting and fun. And so for that, when I was designing the drawing for this video, in the back of my mind, I had this image of a girl with a butterfly sitting on her lips, or on her face, around something like that. You know, that was the kind of image that was on the back of my mind, that I have to design that. So when I was designing the drawing for this challenge, I was really inspired by the Egyptian kind of faces, Egyptian kind of statues that, you know, came up in front of me while surfing on the internet a few days back. So, you know, that is the kind of soul that I wanted to bring in my drawing, but with my own style. So, you know, that is how I came up with the face of this girl. And you know, you can see her hair is absolutely flat with a few strings flying around here and there. So this was basically inspired by, the flat hair was actually inspired by the Egyptian statues and the Egyptian drawings and all that stuff. But all this is completely in my style, and I wanted a butterfly to, you know, kind of teasing her on a lip, or you know, teasing her on her chin or something like that. I wanted a butterfly, you know, just as if, you know, her eyes is closed, and it's kind of, you know, going to give her a little kiss on her chin. So that is how this butterfly came into the picture, and so this drawing was born. And I am really happy the way it turned out to be, because it is not very complicated, but it is not even very simple. And I was very excited as well to experiment with my crayons on this drawing. And if you as well like this drawing, and if you too would like to color on this drawing using your cheap crayon set, or you know, if you would like to experiment on this drawing with your paints or anything, if you want to work on this drawing, I have provided this drawing absolutely free for you guys, you know, where you can just download the image and you can take printouts of it, as many as you like, absolutely free, as this is kind of a late New Year gift for you guys from me. So I really hope you will like it, you will download it, take printouts of, and enjoy it as much as you like. And from where you can download it, I will put that link in the down bar. So really looking forward to what you guys come up with this drawing. So over here I have my cheap Faber-Castell crayons that I am opening over here, and they were just 50 rupees, which is 50 rupees is kind of a less than $1 bit less than $1. So first I decided to experiment and try coloring with these crayons on my sketchbook, and try to see how they work on my paper, how they blend, how much do I have to press, or how much lightly do I have to hold them, how the colors mix into each other, because I want to use this technique in the drawing that I made. So I was experimenting with all that first. And then when I actually started coloring on my drawing, I decided to go in first with coloring the face. Now for the face, I first selected the colors, and I selected very light, subtle colors. Like I wanted to go in with light pink, a light lemon yellow and oranges and stuff like that, because I chose these colors because I wanted the face to look very calm, very peaceful, and very, very subtle. I wanted to capture the feeling as if that girl was really calm, and she was so peaceful, and she was really enjoying the touch and feel of that butterfly on her chin. So that was the whole idea behind choosing just the really subtle colors. Although I did use blue color to very lightly give some darker shadings to her face as well, like the darker shadow parts I chose blue, but even that blue I kept it very subtle. So the entire face and the entire body is just with these subtle oranges and yellows, and I think I did capture the feel that I was going in for. So while you are watching me color this beautiful drawing, I just had one little question in my head, and I would love if you could answer that in the comments below. I just wanted to ask, what is your favorite medium to color with? Like watercolors or crayons or acrylics or pastels or pan pastels or anything. Like for me, my favorite medium, my absolute favorite medium is acrylic paints. I can work with pastel, I can work with crayons, I know how to work with watercolors, and I have worked so much with oils as well. But the medium to color with that is very, very close to my heart is acrylic. The acrylic paintings are my thing because I absolutely enjoy painting with them so much more than anything else. So for me, acrylic paints are my go-to medium. So do let me in the comments below, what is your favorite thing to color with? What is your favorite art supply to color with on your drawings? I would absolutely love to know that. So moving further, next with a black crayon, I colored all the designs that were on her body, which are the tattoos that are on her body. So I colored them with just plain black. And for the jewelry, I used all just reds and bright pinks for her headpiece as well as her neck. And for the hair, what I did was, I wanted dark black, but not very dark black hair, something like sky black, So what I did was, with a medium blue crayon, I first colored the entire hair portion, lightly, and then with a dark purple kind of shade, I colored the end parts of her hair, and then with a yellow, I added some highlights to make her hair look a bit shiny and really nice. And of course, I was again happy with the way they turned out to be. And next, for the butterfly, I just wanted to go in with the shades of green. So I went in for really light fluorescent green along with the dark green for her body. But then I even added some red to give that, interest and a bit of pop of color on that butterfly. But basically, it was all light green and dark green. And then for the background, I just couldn't take my head off of the layering techniques that I used in my acrylic paints. So for the background, I first colored the entire background with yellow, and then with green I gave some checked checks, like textures all around on the corners of the background. And then with the dark green, I just added a third layer, the darker portions of the background, as you can see. So that is it for my cheap crayons challenge, and if you like this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends, family, and maybe all the Facebook groups you must. So till I see you next time, and if you want regular updates with what I'm working on and the release of my ARTYSHILS Online Art Academy, then don't forget to sign up for my newsletters, and the link as well to my newsletters will be right there in the down bar.